Everyone has that one thing that they want to be when they grow up. For some of us, it was a firefighter, some of us it was a president, or in this case, it was an astronaut. Today, I will be telling you about a man named Neil Armstrong, famous astronaut and most widely known for being the first man to walk on the moon. Armstrong was born on August 5, 1930 in Wapakoneta, Ohio. He lived with his parents, Stephen and Viola Armstrong, as well as with his two younger siblings. He started to gain interest for aviation at about age 6 after taking his first airplane ride, and his passion just kept going from there. He had many different jobs around town, though the most notable of which was at the local airport. He started flying lessons at just 14 years of age and proceeded to get his pilot's license right away at age 16, before even getting his driver's license. Not only was he interested in flying, but also in outer space. This interest sparked due to the fact that his neighbor owned a telescope, and Armstrong always loved looking at the moon and other planets. His interest in aviation caused him to pursue a degree in aeronautic engineering from Purdue University. He entered in 1947 with a U.S. Navy scholarship he earned from serving 3 years in the service. After just 2 years of college, he was called to the Pensacola Naval Air Station in Florida. He was the youngest pilot in his squadron, and he flew in 78 combat missions in Korea during the Korean War, a civil war between North and South Korea. He also had the honor of earning the Korean Service Medal. Soon after this, Neil Armstrong was sent home, briefly before the war ended. He then continued his studies and got his bachelor's degree in 1955. After getting his degree, he immediately accepted a job at the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, a precursor to NASA. At NACA, Armstrong became a very successful test pilot. After flying many different planes, as well as achieving a new record for highest altitude reaching an aircraft, he received an invitation from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, also known as NASA. The only problem was, he didn't show much interest because his real love was flying planes. In 1962, Armstrong had decided to start training to become an astronaut. He became the first non-military astronaut in the United States, and proceeded to go on many flight missions, such as Gemini 5 and Gemini 8. But the most notable mission was obviously the Apollo 11 mission. In January of 1969, Armstrong was selected as the commander of the Apollo 11 mission, and departed on the mission on July 16th. After 4 days encircling the moon twice, it successfully landed, and Neil Armstrong became the first man to set foot on the moon. Here Armstrong said the famous quote, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Unfortunately though, Apollo 11 was Armstrong's last space mission. He then joined NASA's research office, where he tried to design better aircrafts, as well as try to find a way to control aircrafts by computer. After completing his master's degree at the University of South Carolina, he began to work as a professor at the University of Cincinnati for aerospace engineering. He continued teaching and doing what he loved until his recent death on August 25, 2012. The allegory presented in Neil Armstrong's life tells us to follow our dreams, because they might take us to places that we have only dreamed of going. Everyone has that one thing that they would love to do, but at times it just seems improbable. But Neil Armstrong showed us that if you just take it one step at a time, you could get there someday. Armstrong went from working at a small local airport to becoming the first man to step on the moon. This shows us that no matter what, your dreams are never out of reach.